Now, Stormwatch 12 weather on Newswatch 12.
Well, it was cool along the Oregon coast. We had highs into the 50s and 60s, as well as out towards Tremont and Christmas Valley. But it was 61 in Brookings and 86 for both Grants Pass and Medford. So a couple degrees cooler compared to yesterday, but still low 80s Klamath Falls and Lakeview. Now, we still have plenty of wind east of the Cascades. They've been generally about 15 to 25 miles an hour. This is a closer look at the Morgan fire. You can see the smoke in the air. It's getting harder to see because the sun is beginning to get too low on the horizon. But that's a good indication of the wind that we've had east of the Cascades. We've had plenty of low clouds and fog along the Oregon coast. It's broken up a little bit, but will thicken up as we go overnight, especially because we have a pretty good system offshore. There's rain being picked up by the Portland radar. This is moving from the west towards the east. So this is tomorrow's system. Tuesday and Wednesday, these speckled clouds, a lot of showers, another system offshore. This will be pushing into the region. Now, we've had a pretty strong jet stream, which has really made this system that's going to be affecting us tomorrow really strengthen over the last 24 hours. So as we go through the overnight hours tonight, we're looking pretty dry up and down I-5 and east of there. But along the Oregon coast, after about midnight, we'll start seeing those showers develop. But by early morning, say 4, 5, 6 o'clock, we'll start seeing that rain become heavy at times. That rain will push east of the Cascades after about, say, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And then we get towards the late morning, it's already pushed off into parts of east of the Cascades and some of those outer bands throughout the entire region. But you saw some of those colors indicating red and yellows, indicating that rain could be pretty heavy at times. Now we get later in the day tomorrow, we'll get a little bit of a break, but then we get more rounds of showers as we go into tomorrow night and into Tuesday morning as well. And we'll see those showers continuing to be heavy at times. That same scenario really just kind of plagues us for the next several days, but the big interesting thing is going to be the snow level that'll come way down. But again, you can see some of those yellows and oranges and reds indicating pretty heavy showers for Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. Now, what we're going to be looking at is snow up towards Crater Lake. We could be looking at an inch or two of snow being possible throughout the day on a Wednesday for Crater Lake. Now, in terms of rainfall amounts, think about you're going to need your rain gear for tomorrow, especially during the early morning hours, because that's when the rain will probably be the heaviest, especially west of the Cascades. Now, in terms of rainfall forecast, looking at 1.5 to 2.5 inches along the Oregon coast and into the coast range. We'll be looking at maybe even three inches up towards the higher parts. Now, Cascades, 1/2 inch to 1 inch is more likely. For the Rogue Valley, about 1/3 inch to 1/2 inch, a little bit less as you go into northern California and the Shasta Valley. East side, upwards of 4/10 inch over towards Tremont and Chiloquin, but farther southeast over towards Lakeview, closer to 1/10 inch. So here's our system that's going to be moving into the region for tomorrow, and another stronger system moves into Tuesday and into Wednesday. But by the time we get towards Thursday, we're looking at a bit of a dry period. But that's pretty short-lived because we get into a southwesterly flow, so we'll keep with the showers in the region. The interesting thing is going to happen that early next week, a potentially strong storm could affect us as we get towards early next week. A lot of models are kind of indicating this, which is why I'm bringing it up at this particular time. Now, in terms of precipitation forecast for the next 5 days, Oregon's the bullseye for a lot of rain, which is great for the fire situation. This will really continue to help things out. It'll stay wet Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, especially Wednesday with the heaviest rain staying up to our north, but plenty of showers throughout the region. Forecast for tonight into the 50s for the most part, for some 40s as well, but mild temperatures overall with clouds on the increase, looking at 55 for Medford for tonight. Tomorrow, rain likely, especially in the mid-morning hours here in the Rogue Valley. The rain eventually will change over to showers into the afternoon hours and eventually decrease in terms of numbers. So we're going to be looking at temperatures pretty much into the 50s in the morning, 60s throughout the day. Tomorrow forecast in a high of 68 degrees for Medford, and temperatures are going to stay well below average for the next several days. In fact, here's your forecast for the Oregon coast. Showers likely for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It stays pretty blustery, but temperatures into the 50s through Wednesday. Northern California will be into the 60s for the next several days. Might get to 70 degrees by the time we get to Friday, but Thursday and Friday, for now, looking dry. For the Klamath Basin, wet through Wednesday, 60s for tomorrow, 50s beginning on Tuesday. And the Cascades, 50s for tomorrow. Again, we'll be into the 40s Tuesday and Wednesday with some snow up towards Crater Lake, a couple inches possible on Wednesday. And for the Rogue Valley, we'll be in the 60s, pretty wet through Wednesday, dry on Thursday. Rain comes back, at least the possibility of it, Friday into the weekend.